Morning, everybody. We're sitting here for the SS Soccer Mag MoneyMan show after the international break that I think always comes unwanted, sort of 4 weeks into the Premier League, things start rolling and then there's a break. But we're back for Gameweek 5 to give the predictions. We've got MoneyMan isolating over in Ireland, still waiting to not test positive for COVID before he can fly back to South Africa. Dole and myself. How's it, guys?
How's it? Yeah. Last week, Kev came first. He got 6 out of 10. Then myself and Ollie both got 5. So the rankings now overall is Ollie on 23 and then myself and Kev on 22.
Thanks. How many weeks do I have to maintain this?
Another 33.
Another 33 weeks to maintain this marginal lead. So should we get stuck into the predictions for this weekend?
Sure.
We got our favorite team kicking it off on
Wolves.
Wolves.
Let's get into it.
Dill made an interesting point when we spoke before the show, just saying that it's a tough one because we could actually come away with quite a few correct predictions, but also quite a few wrong ones because we've got the strong teams playing away from home this week, So heavy favorites on all the away teams, but like we always see is that home ground advantage, especially in the Premier League, really does count for something. So, Kev, what are your thoughts for Wolves?
I'm not sure I agree with you in Luton's and Brentford's case, but I get your point.
Wolves Liverpool?
Yeah, look, Liverpool are off to a great start. 10 points out of a possible 12. I think that's even better than Klopp would have hoped for.
Yeah.
But again, you've got, as we suspected, Man City, 12 out of 12 points.
Yeah.
They've got a tough game this week, again, away to the Hammers. But I like Liverpool. Wolves are not as bad as I thought they were. I mean, they started the year in disarray. Not that that's changed much, but a decent out of their 4 games or 3 games. I think that they are, they're sitting 10th. They've had Man City and Man United to play, or is it Arsenal and Man United? I think so. They played a tough schedule, but I still fancy Liverpool to keep going and taking all 3 points. I've got them down 3-1.
Yeah, I'm. Don't know if we'll net 3. I think it may be a bit of a lackluster performance, but I still see a comfortable victory. I think Wolves to sneak one at home, 2-1 for me.
Yeah, I'm also going to go 2-1. But I think the not concerning thing, but all the Liverpool South American players, I think, are only getting back tonight from the international break. So I don't know if they're going to be able to start. So that's like Diaz, McAllister, Nunez. I think they all played this week, and I think they're only getting back tonight or tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So that means he's probably going to have to go with a rotated squad. But I think 2-1. Like Liverpool look good, so 2-1.
Second game of the weekend, Aston Villa Crystal Palace. Should be a pretty entertaining game, given the sort of footy both sides have been playing. Aston Villa still favoured at home, but Crystal Palace given a little bit of a shout. What do you guys think?
So I think that Crystal Palace every week have looked really good. They're scoring goals. They're playing really positively, and I think even though they're playing away from home, Villa, they haven't been very consistent. They have played difficult games, but they haven't been very consistent. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. Because I think both teams will score. Yeah.
Kev?
I quite like, I like Emery. I know he's been disappointed. I think that they're playing in the conference, the conference group or whatever, that competition is UEFA Cup. They lost their first game to Newcastle. Was it 5-1 that they lost?
4-1, I think.
4-1. So you take that game aside. They scored 7 goals in those 3 games after that. mind you, they've given up 5. So I expect some reasonable offensive displays. But and Palace is not an easy team to break down, as Hodgson's teams always are pretty well organized at that. So I like Aston Villa to win this one 2-1. I think home field will be enough for them to get over the line. 2-1 for me.
Yeah, I agree. I do just feel that home ground advantage, Aston Villa will come through. I think 2-1 as well.
Yeah. The next one, all I think is very interesting, is Man United Brighton,
Yeah, so I've gone Brighton to win 3-1. I don't think things get better for Man United this weekend. I think that camp is still in a bit of disarray. There's been so much just bad press surrounding United. And aside from the bad press they had...
Do we call them non-soccer events?
Yeah, non-soccer events. But I mean, even from a footballing perspective, is they haven't looked the cohesive unit that we sort of expected them to. Brighton, though Man City have regained rightful place very quickly at the top of the table, Brighton were there for a little while, still scored the most goals I think it's 12 goals in the opening 4 matches. And I think that, I think that they're on a bit of a roll and they'll capitalize on sort of a very weak United structure at the moment. And I like a fairly big sort of upsets of a scoreline. So yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 to Brighton.
So I don't necessarily think it'll be 3-1, but I think Brighton's going to be a tough game, especially if Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans are starting at the back, Martinez and Varane are still injured. They're going to be in serious trouble. They're going to be in serious trouble.
Yeah, when was the last time Harry Maguire played?
I mean, he had a little cameo for England and he scored an own goal. So he's in peak form right now. I don't know. The thing is, United at Old Trafford, they're very good. Their record is, even if their team isn't great, they're always good at home. And
aren't they unbeaten in 37 games or something ridiculous?
It could be. I know especially last season, they were they were getting all their points at home because they were getting nothing away.
Well, I think the last time they lost was to Brighton at the beginning of last season.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm going to go with another draw.
They're formidable at home.
I'm going to go with another draw though, because I think Brighton's attack is really good. United's defense is horrible. So I'm going to go for another draw. I think I'm going to go for another 2-2 draw.
I can't disagree with Brighton. I think that as bad as those players are that you mentioned at the back for United, they are formidable at home. And I see this playing out as a 1-1 draw. But it wouldn't disappoint me either if Brighton beat Man United. 1-1 for me.
Cool.
Nice.
Spurs, Sheffield.
I think it should be pretty straightforward,
I don't know what to say about this one.
Spurs been playing pretty well. Maddison been, really kind of picking up the role, filling the boots, excuse the cliche. I like Spurs for an easy 2-0 against Sheffield.
Yeah, I think Son's starting to hit form. Maddison's been playing well the whole season. Their midfield's looking good. I think straightforward. I'm also going to go 2-0. I think 2-0 straightforward.
Well, the cherries and the bell should ring because I'm 2-0 as well for Spurs. I think that they've been a surprise for me this year in terms of, you tend to put a lot of stock in a guy like Harry Maguire, rightfully so, in terms of,
no one puts any stock in Harry Maguire.
Except Gareth Southgate.
So to me, I see it often in business as well, as certain components and personalities in a business that you think are irreplaceable, but when they go, time and time again, I've often been proved wrong, and other people are allowed to flourish, and without the fear of having to perform all the time. I think that they've been a pleasant revelation for me. 10 out of 12 points, and they've looked good doing it. 11 goals, 4 against. So they've looked very tidy this year. So I see 2-0, possibly 3-0 against Sheffield. For me, 2-0 though. I've got it.
All in agreement there.
Hammers versus Man City.
Interesting one. Kev, you said it would be tough. People online seem to agree with you as well. One of the betting sites had it at 1-1, City West Ham, saying that West Ham are used to playing without the ball, like to play without the ball, and that City are going to struggle with that. I disagree. I think that Man City squad is just it's going to take some serious knocks to get that squad to the kind of like, I don't know, even just the general quality of other Premier League squads, because they essentially have two world-class starting 11s that they can just rotate. I
mean, we haven't even noticed that De Bruyne has been injured since the first half an hour of the first game, basically.
Yeah, and look, I don't think West Ham are going to be a walkover by any means, but I don't think that they're going to make City sweat. I like City to go there too.
City's got a few niggles, I think Grealish is questionable. I think Kovacic is questionable. We know that De Bruyne is out. So, but you're right. I mean, I get your point, Dylan, about the size of the squad. But I think that I think they lay down another strong marker. Not that they need to, but to go to a team like West Ham, sitting fourth in the table, starting to play more cohesive, and those bookies are absolutely right. But West Ham do play well without the ball. And it's not an easy place to go to the East End of London and get a result. But if they see off the Hammers easily this weekend, then it's I don't know what return you can get on Man City for the Premier League, but people might want to start thinking about putting your house on it, because these are the games that then for other teams hoping to have any chance of being in the race. These are the games that other teams are hoping, they get a draw, drop 2 points. But you don't see that happening at all. What about you, Dill?
So I think the real difference is going to be that City, whether you let them play, whether you come at them, they're actually pretty indifferent. They're going to play their style of play no matter what. And
all they need is that one chance.
All they need is that one chance. Yeah. I mean, even against Sheffield, they really scraped through that one, but all they needed was that, like really messy 89th minute chance to win the game. And I think it could be a pretty similar game this weekend, but I'll go 2-1 City.
Yeah, he's like that guy. He's like that guy that scores at his Boy Scout jamboree because one of the kids forgot his sleeping bag, and the boy's sister dropped off the sleeping bag, and he ends up scoring. It's like he just doesn't get many touches and will find the impossible. He's just a legend.
I think we got game of the weekend next. Fulham Luton.
Ooh, lots of goals in this one.
Fulham Luton. Yeah, look, it's unfortunate. Luton just, I think they've got 4 points, if I'm not mistaken. And they're just a team that's probably going to give it their all every game. But they don't have much in the tank,
Yeah.
And I think Fulham. I think Fulham's had a tough opening schedule to the season. So even though they sit 19th, I'm not overly concerned about that. And I just don't. Luton just don't have much to offer, much quality.
Yeah.
They've got heart. They've got commitment. That'll only get you so far. I'm liking the Fulham the Cottagers to win this one 3-0. I've got it down this.
Yeah, I got 2-0.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go 2-0 as well. Just Fulham against Man City in the first half they were in the game, and they attacking wise they can definitely create chances. So I don't think Luton can hold out at all. I think Luton will put in as much effort as they can, but by the end of it they'll be finished. Yeah. 2-0.
No, it's unfortunate because of that team you want to cheer for, but just like you're wasting your breath, I guess, unless you're a Luton fan.
Exactly. What last game of Saturday we've got?
They're like that kid at Bank. I'm just kidding.
Whose sister it was.
Versus Brentford on Sunday.
Yeah, this should be an interesting one. Probably a pretty entertaining game. Newcastle haven't really fired, I think, in the way that we quite expected them to. Been a bit plagued by their own discipline, or lack thereof. Brentford have been decent as well. Sitting.
Too early to be asking, are they the disappointment of the start of the season for you guys? Or is it?
Well, I think it's valid to say that they've had a disappointing start. So based on what we've got at the moment, it's been disappointing. I would have expected them to do better, but I think they'll still kind of come through. They'll find some parity, throughout the season. I think we'll still see them ending closer to where we expected than what it looks like at the moment. But look, you're going into this game, you read the two names and you think Newcastle easily, but Brentford sitting 6 spots higher than them on the table.
And difficult to beat.
Yeah, difficult to beat, scored more goals.
I think, also the thing about Newcastle is that, this is the week that they need to bounce back.
Yeah.
If they drop points against us again this weekend, they'll be 10 points off top 4, and then it's almost game over. So
it's never almost game over.
Never almost game over, but to be 10 points off after 5 games
it's not a good look.
It's not good at all. And even though Brentford's tough, I just think Newcastle, they almost can't lose this game. They have to win this game.
Yeah. No, I like Newcastle as well.
I think, I'm going to go 3-2 to Newcastle, because I think Brentford have definitely got goals in them. They don't sit back. So
I'm saying 3-2 as well. I think it's going to be both teams just at each other's throat, for 90 minutes.
I've got 3-1 to Newcastle. I think it'll be comfortable for them.
This must be a record year. We're all pretty much agreeing on the same scores.